I can't even tell anymore what looks good. Couldn't tell ya. How do I get it in focus? Why is this lens so weird? I can't focus the camera. Oh, because it's on manual focus. I'm an idiot. I'm an idiot. I'm an idiot. Yeah. I'm wearing a dirt. I'm wearing a dirt. I'm wearing a shirt that says adultish because story of my life. I haven't had the greatest experiences in urgent care before. I have the worst immune system on the planet. I don't think I've ever met somebody that doesn't have a specific autoimmune disease or something that has a worse immune system than me. Hey immune system, I'm just gonna sleep for like 6 hours tonight because I have a big thing tomorrow, so I hope you understand. Oh yeah, I understand, but I'm gonna have to give you strep throat. Literally how my life goes. On top of this, I have mega bad ear infection problems. My mom's gonna be so mad that that was in the back of my video. I get chronic ear infection. It's like chronic. It's very bad. It's not a fun thing to go through. So today, again, I have 2 stories for you of some of the times that I've gone to urgent care and not the most qualified people treated me there. These are true stories. I wish they weren't, but they are. The urgent care by my house just isn't the most qualified. We go to a different one now, but the one that I'm talking about in this video was the one that I used to go to. And they were just kinda... I feel like the doctors that work there couldn't get hired by anybody else. I'm totally just the meanest person in the world. But listen, I'm sorry. Just listen to what I'm gonna tell you guys. I go to urgent care all the time, not as much as I used to, but I literally used to be in there like once a month if it wasn't for my ear or from some other crazy infection within me. This particular time, I just went in, I think because I had like a severe cold, because sometimes that happens and it just doesn't go away on its own, not on my own. It doesn't go away on its own, and I had to get it checked and get some antibiotics. Still recovering from bronchitis. But anyways, basically what happens is you go in, you fill out some paperwork in the waiting room, and then you wait amongst other sick people for the doctors to call your name. Well, my name got called and everything was fine until we went into the room. He basically checked my vitals, whatever, and told me to open my mouth. Now my throat had really been hurting, I think at this point. I can't remember like what the specific reasoning I was in there, but he wanted to check my throat just to make sure, you know? And so he said to say you know, like doctors do. And he looks inside my mouth and says, well, your tonsils look fine. I got my tonsils out when I was 5. So I kind of just laughed at this and said, I don't have tonsils. And his response was, well, that makes sense to why they look fine. Who is calling me? Hello? Stop calling me! So yeah, that was a very short story, but that was the first story. I feel like incompetence is a strong word, and I don't want to use that word. He said my non-existent tonsils look fine. The second story takes place, this was about a year ago almost. Last July. Again, like I said, I get chronic ear infections. My ears are just messed up. I think I need to get tubes put into them, but how they're formed, they just don't process the fluid correctly in my ears, so it kind of sucks, but it's fine. I had gotten sick again. Surprise! My ears started to hurt, so we wanted to go in and get medication. This was before it started getting really bad. This was actually the leading event to the worst ear infection and the worst pain I've ever been in my life. But just wait. I went in for a common cold and they said my ears were infected, so he went ahead and gave me some drops. I think he gave me an oral antibiotic and then just sent me away off in the wind. So I was taking the antibiotics, doing the drops, everything was perfect, right? Wrong. At the end of the antibiotics, my ears were still kind of hurting and I had a trip to Texas planned. I went into urgent care and had them recheck my ears just to make sure that they looked okay. I walk in and I say my ears are still hurting, I finished the antibiotics, do they look okay, whatever, and they checked them and said, oh, they're fine, don't worry. Yeah, I ended up going to Texas and I had by far the worst ear infection I've ever had in my life. I had double ear infections in both ears, which means the inner ear and the outer ear were both infected in both ears. This is gonna get graphic, I'm so sorry. My ears had liquid, fluid caking out of them. By the way, I only have one of my nails painted, like one hand. My ears had fluid rusted to them. I couldn't hear because they were so swollen. I was screaming in pain. I'm not even kidding. I was like sobbing in pain. I could not function. It was terrible and it lasted about a week. I think only like 3 days were unbearable. You know, eventually I did go back to an urgent care there, or an emergency room, I guess. And they were like, yeah, your ears are messed up. Here's some stuff to actually help them. My ears were so swollen that I couldn't hear, and they were so swollen that the antibiotics could not go through the ear canal, so they had to put a wick, which is basically like cotton, into my ear, which is common, kind of, I guess, or I've heard. But they ended up giving me Tylenol and codeine, and that wasn't enough. Nope, I had to go back and get hydrocodone, which hydrocodone, I'm pretty sure, is typically what they give you when you get your wisdom teeth out. So that was the only thing that helped. My mom was convinced I was gonna get addicted to them, but I'm drug-free. Anyways, that was the 2 times that urgent care ruined my life. No, I'm just kidding. That's dramatic. Titles this video, Urgent Care Almost Killed Me. Anyways, that's the story. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I know this is more of a short one, but I still think the stories are funny, and why? There's tons of good doctors out there though, so YOLO. Oh yeah, and then there was this other time where we got charged like $500 from that emergency room place because it was out of state, and apparently you could only have so many emergency room visits per year, and that was really fun too. But that's all that this video is gonna be. I hope that you guys enjoyed it, and I hope that I didn't look in the viewfinder too much. I love you guys so much, and I will see you all in my next video. Thank you for watching. You have no idea how much it means to me, okay? Okay, I love you. Bye.